to the show
that informs, improves, and inspires racers everywhere.
The Northwest Race Report. The Northwest Race Report is brought to you by O'Hagan's Kart Supply, Lebanon, Oregon. You want to win? O'Hagan's wants to help. And by True Tech Automotive, Hazeldale, Washington. Get your car, truck, or tow rig repaired the right way, the True Tech way. And by Scott Seal Coat and Striping, Federal Way. For over 25 years, whether you're sealing or striping, you can count on Scott. And by Southern Oregon's karting headquarters, Speed City LLC, keeping racers on track with quality support and friendship. You're tuned in to the Northwest Race Report exclusively at terrybridgesracing-com. And now back to your horsepower and performance hosts, Terry Bridges and Glenn Lippi Tower.
What's up, race fans? This is the real deal, Chris Gibb, and you're listening.
Oh, racers, sorry about that. I forgot to pull that one over. What is going on? I'm your horsepower performance host, Terry Bridges, and sitting in with me tonight, my good buddies, the best co-hosts around, Mr. Glenn Lippi Tower. What's going on, Lip?
It's all good in the hood tonight.
And the man they call L Loader.
Loader.
L Loader. Mr. Jeffrey Eden. What's going on, buddy?
A little slow this week, a little slow. Everybody's scared of the weather.
Well, aren't you happy about that? Because last week you were going, sheesh, I got,
No.
No?
Day goes by way too slow. Gotta work.
Yeah, it does. So, who is P1 Mr. Lippi?
Daniel Kravitz bringing it down, number 2.
Are you kidding me?
No, Northwest Race Dates is number 2 on the podium, and Matt Strebe coming in number 3.
Right on. And we got Sean Cardinal, Joe Ransom, Tony 227 Williamson. Wow.
Ransom. I got a bone to pick with him.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, he was
in
kept
there.
sending all them pictures from down in California with the sun is shining and it's raining here.
Yeah, I know, right?
I tried to beg to get him to let me come down and help, but nobody would offer me an offer.
I know. Well, he did offer me once, and I couldn't do it, but my offer's still open. I'll any time for that. But
Yeah, that was brutal. Looking at the sunshine.
yeah, we got a great show for you tonight. Kind of. Well, first of all, our guest, our Blue Line Graphics in the seat guest, is going to be. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. His name is Mr. Derek Bittle, and he is the owner of Northwest Kart Dates, and he's kind of what Strebe is on the speedway side.
Oh, nice.
Right? He's trying to do you have all the dates ready for the pavement guys and results and all that cool stuff. And he's also sponsoring a series, the East versus West 206 series.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of cool. He's gonna be on about 7:30 to kind of explain what's going on. I guess the champions of each division or each region or whatever are gonna get their way paid in at the Saturday night shootout over in Tri-Cities. So
Trust me, it was all work, he says.
Chizzy
No play.
showing up.
who said trust me it was all work?
Joe.
Oh, all working. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. We can't really go into that, Joe, but we won't. But I can only imagine. Dang, seems to get harder every week to find a show. Where'd you find it at, Daryl Kelso? All you have to do is go to my Facebook page. There should be a link there. Forgive me about the website. It's a little, I finally just told Brian, can you just pick a theme? And I can't do it. I'll get a theme and I'll go, I don't like it. Or I'll get another one, and I went through like 5 in one night, I said, I'm going to screw something up. So then I get them all and they say they have these things on there, right? It says, any dummy can do this, right? It's what you see is what you get and whatever. And I get to the first thing and I go, how do you do that? You know what I mean? I mean, unless you, and some of those things, it's this controls that, but it's not really that. It's this. I mean, it's weird. You still got to kind of halfway know what you're doing. And apparently I don't. So.
Okay, Joe, the sun's shining here right now, so.
Yeah.
You're
It
off
is.
the- you're off the hook for a minute.
Where'd you find it at, Kelso? Let me know. I mean, because as far as I know, the page is still operating. It's just a halfway done theme, but the terrybridgesracing.com /listen-live page should be working. There's a player there and everything. But if you cannot find it, you can get it on Facebook because it should be there too as well.
See, mine, I just popped up on it with Spreaker because I registered the deal, and it pops up under the.
Oh, under the live thing. You can go there and do that. I was just trying to eliminate people having to go and sign up because I know that's kind of a pain.
It popped up,
Right. Yeah. Well, if you sign up for if you go to the website, and it should be there, you can sign up to get the shows get emailed to you in your box. So if you've got your phone or tablet or whatever it is set up to have the notifications, it should pop up right on your phone. You just hit it, and boom, you're here. So that's what I would recommend, and that's what we'd like to have. That's your call to action, is
There
to
you
go
go.
fill that out.
Something else for you to do there, KB. Go over to Spreaker and sign yourself up.
Yeah, and so where are you finding it at, Kevin? Why are you having problems? I mean, what?
Yeah. See, Tony's got the same thing I did. Gets the notification before the show, you pop it, and it comes right up.
Right. What's it say? E at the bottom.
Must be on your page.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it shouldn't. Is it? I don't think it's at the. I think I put it in the. It's in the side. It should be on the side there. But it will be. Yes, Daryl. I think it should be down a little bit. I'll have to double check. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to find it. I tried to make it as simple as I could. It's just after that guy dropped me on the other website, it's just been kind of. That's why Squinty is so awesome, because he said, "You want me to just?" I said, "Man, just pick one and put it up there for me," because I'm I'll end up screwing it up. But anyway, we got a good show for you. Lippi, what do you got? Lapping with Lippi tonight? You said you had. Well, you went over the rules things that you thought were really cool in Idaho last week.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I went over that last week and did a few other things over there. This week, it's going to kind of reflect on Dave Steele's passing is what I'm going to do. So it's going to be safety this week.
Good. I think that's something. We can just kind of make the whole show that way. I think that's an important deal. But and the loader has
A rant.
a rant.
Oh, nice.
A rant. I'm on a rant.
What are you on a rant about?
NASCAR.
Yeah. Oh, do not get me started.
Yeah.
Well, it got me started a couple of weeks ago, and I've been thinking about this, and I finally wrote it down the way I felt it.
Good. I think that's what this show needs, is a little bit of an edge,
Crap star.
right? Nap car is what some guys call it.
Yeah.
But it's first 10, last 4. That's how it is for me.
I don't do
Everything
that
else in
anymore.
the middle is worthless. They're too long. They're just it's just sad. It's just really too sad. Hey, but I'm looking. Check this out, you guys. I got this in the mail just the other day.
Ooh, some
No, wait.
Oh,
What's it say?
the Hitman.
Ryan Diotti.
got
Autographed bib even.
He's got some swag going
Don't
on
he,
over
though?
there. Dang.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he shows at Grays Harbor with the
With
his dwarf.
I don't know if he'll come up this far or not. He might. Lonnie Teacott had a good night down there running DRI shocks.
Oh, nice.
Yes. He said they had to make a couple but he ended up having to start in the B main because he broke the throttle.
NASCAR.
And he ended up he finished a competitive second
Wow.
to move on to the A's.
Nice.
And then he was in the A's running. And I'm going to have to talk to him about watching the nose of his car because he said somebody spun. The guy in front of him avoided it, but that was the first he saw of it. So that tells me it's a little bit of tunnel vision at the front of the nose. And
Yep.
What was the tip last week?
Yeah, you gotta look ahead.
Yes,
and
you do.
and matter of fact, that brings up we do have the Product 41 driving tip of the week again this week, thanks to Ronnie Sires. I don't know. I think that's a good deal. Do you? I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anybody's taking heed to the stuff, but
They should. It's
I mean,
some good
he's.
stuff.
I think it is. It truly is. But,
Makes sense.
Yeah, we got. So anyway, we got Scott Keeney. Wow, good deal. He's all hopped up, isn't he?
He is all hopped up.
Yeah.
He's got a good-looking ride, too.
Yes, he does. That new, speaking of Speed City, they're going, did you see Waldall's? They're getting ready, he's their newest addition to Speed City is Seth Waldall. Sizzle and Seth got a ride.
Woohoo! They're going to Cycle Land.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know. There's just been a lot of talk about Speed City, but you know what? They're hustling.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, but they're hustling.
Well, we need to support them because they're supporting everybody else.
They are. I mean, they got Jeremy Brown. They've got Seth Waldall. They got Brent Meyer.
There's quite a few running out of that camp
right.
over there.
And I guess what's happening is they've purchased a trailer. And I guess, from what I understand, Jeremy Brown and Brent Meyer and the gang are going to be, when they can't be there, they're going to be there with a Speed City trailer.
Oh.
So, I don't know any more details other than that, but that's exciting news.
Yeah, I'm told that they're trying to make all the ORV shows this year, too. So.
Yeah, so that's, super, super good stuff. I mean, that's all just shots in the arm. And we need it going on at ORV, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but
you're just lucky. I had to go out to Montesano Saturday night, and once you get just past the ORV, the road is now one lane, and it will be that way for the next 2 years.
What?
Wow, really?
Yeah, for about 2.5 miles.
What are they doing?
Wow.
Oh, it's the state and their great fish roads.
Oh, my Lord.
Got to take the culverts out and put bridges in. And
Got to put what in?
Bridges. Kevin.
Oh.
Kevin Bridges. Oh, no. Terry Bridges.
Thank you very much. Oh. Well, yeah. So that's good stuff. Yeah, good luck to everybody going down. I know the Rocket's going down. And then Waldall's and I don't know who all else is going down there, but that should be a heck of a
Kevin D. White, I believe.
Oh, yeah, Kevin
down.
White's going. That's right. Yeah, what did Ford Cook say? Yeah, right, Mr. Arrive and Drive or whatever he said, So you having trouble with your mic?
Nah,
you can loosen that little thing up there.
Cool.
If you.
I'm cool.
But I tried to readjust it for you to get it. You notice I mounted the other one over there.
Yeah.
So for our fourth guest, if we have one, I think it might be Michelson next week.
What he's doing is he doesn't want to be on his side of the table.
Well, no, I'm just trying to think. I was looking at the leg thing. I don't really care. I mean, it can go anywhere. But then we got room for a fifth one over there, so we could have.
You better get AC in there if you get a fifth one.
Yeah, it's warm in here tonight.
Yeah, I know. It's because it's sunny out. It's because it's sunny out. I did have a heater problem, by the way.
Did you?
I don't know, the little, whatchamacallit that controls the thingamajiggy.
I'm following you.
The flames, it wasn't, the pilot light was, but it wasn't, kicking on or anything. It was trying to, but it wasn't. So, $357 later, we got our heat back.
Oh, nice.
Boy, it's just crazy. I mean, this little part, man, it was nothing. This piece was, there wasn't even $180 worth of stuff in there. But it was $180. They got you over a barrel.
Yeah, it must have been the thermal switch. Same thing we done on the hot water tank.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the thing's old. It's getting due because it's about 20 years old. So.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a go-kart where you can still get it, make it work.
Well, at least you only spent that. I spent $930 today.
On what?
Cement slab.
Oh well, yeah.
Ooh.
That's for your new shop.
That's for an outbuilding.
That's cheap, though.
Wow, really? You're gonna? Oh, so you're gonna have a studio there? Build a soundproof room in there, and yeah, we'll see. Well, good stuff. Hey, we got some results from what do we got? We got some results from SoCal, and Jeffrey, you got some stuff on from PSGKA, the first round of the Northwest Kart Dates series.
Yes, sir.
So what do you say? What do you say we do that?
Let's
do it.
All right. Let's see. Shifter carts. Mateo DeLong was number one. John
You can't pronounce. Let me see. Let me look at it. I'll tell you. It's. I know some of these are like the alphabet.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Karagonis, I think, is how you pronounce that.
Yeah. Sorry for butchering your name. And Daniel Wagerman was third. Tag Senior went to Chris Sodden.
Yeah, Chris Sodden's good, man. His dad used to be the president over there at PSGKA.
Really?
Yeah, good stuff.
And then Jock Rickfords was second, and Craig Collins was third.
CC was third?
Mr. Collins.
Tag Master. The Tag Master, yeah.
Yeah, Masters. You know why they call it Masters?
Because they're old?
Because it's for old guys.
I could do it?
Yes, you could.
Ooh.
I think you got to be, over 40?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, I need the master class thing because I'm almost 60. Wade Jensen was number 1.
All right.
Tim Sodden was number 2.
That's the dad of Chris. Yeah. Well, Chris wasn't the president. His dad was at one time. But anyway, cool stuff.
Junior 1, 206, went to Jacob Rinka.
Cool.
Hunter Hasseltine was second. Mason Smart was third.
Wow, really? Racing Mason was third. Good for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Making an appearance.
Rotex Micromax went to Jonathan Miles. Junior Animal 1 went to Bryce Smart. Rotex Junior went to Drew Wagner.
Yeah, sweet. Drew Wagner's a pretty good wheel.
And then Gabe Nito was second. Junior 2, 206. Garrett Hostel.
Yeah, there's some tough ones in there. Why do you think I gave it to you?
Yeah, I know. Chris Falker was second. Senior 206. Craig Collins.
Oh, baby, Collins wins it.
Jock Rickford second. Brent McCullough third.
Wow. Way to go.
Billy Weber 6. Billy Weber, that name.
Yeah, he's a speedway guy. He ran up there. Weber was there.
I think he did.
And Brandon
quite
McCorkle.
That's he was there
one.
too.
That's, That's some of the names I'm starting to
absolutely.
recognize.
Yep.
Heavy 206 went to Davis Carson, and Dennis Hanna was second. And World Formula was Tom Bailey and Donovan Hall.
And remember, a lot of the 206 guys were not there this past week because I think they just got back from that big one down at Shasta. Brian Green, and I think Steve King's still putting one together. I mean, there's probably several that weren't there that will probably be there. I'm sure they'll be up there at PGP. By the way, PGP is having round 2 of the Northwest Kart Dates West Side this Sunday, April 2nd. So if you can make it out. And it's also the Ronnie Baker Memorial. They're going to have a memorial race for him this weekend on the 2nd. So, man, even if you're not running, come on out and pay some tribute to Ronnie Baker, who was a good guy. I was looking back through, I told you last week I was going to look. Episode 121 is what we're on. We're over 100 episodes.
Wow.
And probably more if you count the races and stuff. But, yeah, over 121 episodes we're at right now. I think we should do something wild and crazy on like 150, don't you think? Will we get? I don't know. Will we get there this summer? I think maybe we will. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to let you guys know. I thought it was a pretty good success last year. But what do you think? Should we start? You want to start on the? Do you want to start the 1st of April, like next week? Start the series, or do you want to wait until like May or something?
Oh, that's up to you. I don't. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'll just need to make sure that I'm ready to start one. Yeah. So because I'll have a binder this year instead of just numerous pieces of paper I'm chasing around all the time. So
well, what is the binder? I mean, is this something that's going to take you a long time, or?
No. I just need to bring it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got several at home. So
because I've already talked to talked to Mark Bergfeld. He's going to be giving out some yearly subscriptions to American Muscle Cart.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. And I've also got to call into Anna Marie Strahan to see if maybe she's marketing at full speed, if she's got some sponsorship type stuff that she would like to give away on the show. So we're going to have some good prizes. I know Lippi said he was going to go to work on some stuff. So this year, we should have some really and this year I think we're going to take the top 10. I think that would be – we went and did that last year. I think it was only top 5. But if we go top 10, that way so I guess we can start next week. And before I forget this, I'm leaving on Wednesday. So next week, if you guys can make it, we'll be here on Tuesday at 6:30 instead of Wednesday at 6:30. Can you do that, or?
I don't mess with everybody.
I hate to do that, but we're going to Palm Springs.
Oh, sweet! I'm jealous.
I know you.
No, we want to do it on Thursday then.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you a key if you guys want to do it. You're more than happy to.
No.
That's not
more
gonna
than
happen.
welcome. Yeah, that would be
cool.
be fine.
Refrigerator full of beer.
Yeah. So, well, are we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday.
So put that on your calendar, everybody. Tuesday of next week, the Northwest Race Report will be here, not on Wednesday. Maybe we'll do a replay. I'll have something on, Wednesday night at 6:30. If you guys want that, we'll have something cool. Maybe I'll replay that sponsorship deal, and you guys can tune in and listen to that. I think that might be.
We'll see for the next 3 weeks or month or so. I'm going to do tips from Anne Marie.
Well, cool.
That's just saying stuff that she's put out there that I think just makes kind of a quick hit.
Yeah, for sure. She's got a lot of good stuff. Marketing at full speed, everybody. If you're looking for how to get a sponsor, what you need to be doing, she's got all kinds of freebies and stuff on her site. Take advantage of it. There should be no reason why anybody says, "Well, I don't have any." There is a ton of info out there. It's just a lot of work. You gotta really be hustling. So, anyway, I got some results from SoCal. You know what's crazy? I was looking at this. They don't seem to worry about it, but like SoCal, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes is all. They had the Opens, which Chris Southern won, Dylan Hoffman second, Paul Rees was third. Senior 4 went to Ronnie Benton. Ron Dilmeda was second, and Cliff Kane was third in Senior 4. Juniors was Kailana Franklin, Brandon Head, and Caden Kane were the juniors. F200 went to Steve Juilliard, and Dan Almagor was second, or Don rather, excuse me. Chris Southern won the KT 100. Randy Truex was second, and Ted Marshall was third. That was from SoCal. That's it.
Wow.
Sanders, go ahead.
I was going to ask Kelso. He says he wouldn't have anything to. What he's working on is modified. What kind of modified do you have?
Yeah, what kind of modified do you got, Daryl Kelso? Sanders Motorsports, Barn Burner. This one here, they only had 3 classes. They had Clones, which was won by Josh Strickland. Austin Van Hoff was second, and Tony Valencia was third. But they did have 17 clones. Stock Appearing went to Richie Goulart. Shane Wiggins was second. He's been running like a house of fire. And Jose Gutierrez was third. Beginner Flat went to C.J. Valentine. Emily Van Hoff was second. Connor Cruz was third. And fourth went to Braden Martin. Or was that Morton? Morton. Excuse me. So, yeah, and that's what went on at Sanders Motorsports Barn Burner.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Matt Strebe.
Yes, definitely.
From Strubfest Promotions.
I got a question in that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can sometimes we get too many classes that makes it too thin?
Too many or
too many classes? Like they're running only 5 and 4.
Well, it's just the numbers. It's all what classes show up. But the thing is, it's almost the reverse of what you said. I think you can get too many. You're right. It makes it so thin where you got 2 in 1 and whatever. But man, I remember when we went to the Grands in when I did those, because I had to write the stories for them, there was 30 classes. I mean, some of which only had 3 or 4, and it was like, wow, it's like, so we're going to run 20 laps around this a minute track for 4 guys. I mean, or 3 guys. It just, I mean, I get it's the Grand Nationals, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You should either combine them and score them separately or whatever. But I mean, it's just almost too much. So you can have way too many classes. It's just at a national, I guess you gotta run that stuff. But then they've got local option and all that other stuff that you can run at the regular. Yeah, but you're right. Too many can hurt you. Well, not too many racers, but too many classes makes everything thin. 3-1, 2-1, 1-1. I think what's the rule, Lippi? It used to be it takes 3 to make a class.
3 to make a class.
I think they should raise that. I mean, 3 isn't enough. I mean,
6.
Bare minimum should be 4, but yeah, something like 6 to make a class would be. I mean, you hate to turn anybody away, but I'm sure at that point you can just combine them. I mean, they don't like it, but it's one of those things where hey, get some more guys out here then.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Chime in. Let us know what you think here on the chat.
Daryl's working on a B-mod.
Oh, a B-mod. Sweet. Dave Chisholm, you were right. Go-kart is not the right word. I guess that's I use that term loosely, but yeah, speedway kart. Even flat kart people kind of get upset about. Like Fow, he hates it. They're not flat karts. They're speedway karts. Okay. Yeah, that's okay, Phil. That's fine. They're speedway karts.
Ronnie hates it too.
Ronnie Cox?
Yeah.
Flat karts?
Yep.
Why do they call them flat?
I don't know.
Because they don't have a wing on them?
He says flat carts are at Home Depot. That's where you find the flat cart.
Oh.
with the push handle on the back.
And he's right.
Yeah.
And he's 100% right, for sure. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let's see. What did 6 to make a class in Salem? Rat did what? Kravitz. What's that first word? RHAT? What? Rat did 6 to make a class in Salem. Huh?
What?
Oh, no suspension. That's why they're flat. Differentiates from champ karts. We don't even run champ karts here, do we?
No, I'm disappointed in the whole champ kart thing, too. I just, whenever it shows up in my feed, it's like, that is not a go-kart. It's got a roll cage on it, for Christ's sake.
But you're right. It is. Did you see Chisholm was at the Dega race? And did you see those full-bodied cars, the pictures of them that they had there? They were like little mini late models.
Mm-hmm.
They were cool. I mean, they were super cool. Now that would be something. That would be, man, if you could get something that was really fast with those, I mean, that would be, I think, just a killer crowd pleaser. Don't you?
I guess it could be.
I mean, because that's something, boy, I mean, people, I don't know, I just think a lot of people don't like the bodies. I'm for them. I just think it
gives
them
personality.
It does. It gives them something to identify with.
Well, speaking of personality, I seen a deal today where they got snowmobiles and they put modified bodies on them. They look cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's it, and it's just crazy enough that it gets people's interest.
Yeah. Mod lights are a fast machine. That buddy of mine seen them back in the Midwest there. He said unbelievably quick.
Yeah.
For the size they are.
Yeah, that's pretty neat stuff. I hope they get a handle on this whole engine package thing. And before we go any further, I know Lippi's got a segment on it. He's going to be talking about it too. But boy, tough week. I mean, we lose Dave Steels, who was way up there in the USAC win category, and in both the midgets on the asphalt. I think it was asphalt and dirt, but man, he I guess he crossed over in the left front, caught the right rear, and launched him up, and it was too bad. It was I didn't know he was that good. He was really good.
Yeah, he's been doing it quite a while, and it was definitely an unfortunate racing incident.
Yeah, so coming up on Lappin with Lippi. Actually, we're getting pretty close. We could probably do that. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this little ad from See High Performance. If you're serious about racing, you're constantly looking for an edge. A tenth here, a pound there. It's a nonstop pursuit to find a quicker way around the racetrack. See High Performance believes to beat the racetrack, you must become the racetrack. And that is the thought process behind all of their innovative speed products. From their line of Superfly bodies and wings to the latest dual disc center vane Super Brake, it's all about finding a quicker way around the racetrack. With 45 years of innovation, See High Performance is dedicated to helping racers of all skill levels find an edge. Whether it's horsepower tuning, chassis dialing, or tire science, it's their commitment to innovation that sets them apart from the rest. Innovation is not what is, it's always been about what can be. So be all you can be with the integrity, innovation, and inspiration of C High Performance. Shop online 24/7 at chighperformance.com. All right, we're back. So yeah, we got some lapping with Lippi coming up here, and I'm just looking for my where am I looking here? Oh, I'm right there. Now we're ready. Are you ready, Lip?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that can't be.
It's broke.
Tell me that's not true. Let's see. This is. Oh no, I don't think. Let me see if this is it. Oh, no, never mind. I found it, Lippi.
A little metal to get you going.
Yeah, I found it. Yay! Here we go.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lappin' with Lippi, brought to you by Scott Seal Coat. For all your sealing and striping needs, get a hold of Scott Seal Coat. We can stripe it or seal it. Whatever your needs are, just give Scott Seal Coat a call and we'll make it happen. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? It is beautiful. The sun is out and the wind is blowing. So it's a good day because it ain't raining. So, as of late, not just this week, but in weeks prior, we've either lost or injured some of our racers pretty badly. So, this week I really want to touch in on safety and what you should be doing in the downtime or the winter when you're not. And that's, basically pulling out all of your safety equipment. You need to be going through everything. If you have seat belts, my suggestion is to take them out of the cart, look them all over. Make sure you don't have frays, any cuts, anything that even looks questionable. Most of that stuff, when I was back in the drag racing days, it was only good for 3 or 4 years, and then you had to, send it in and get it recertified. So I believe that's the same way with most of our caged ones out there. But still, I mean, it only takes a piece of sheet metal that vibrates on it that you can't see to make a bad spot that's going to show up when you end up upside down or into the wall, or worse yet, when you really need that stuff to be, at its best. So this is the time of year when you need to be pulling all that stuff apart, looking it all over. This goes with helmets too. I've seen some guys with helmets that their chin strap is, it's 10 years old and it's starting to fuzz up and fray out, and those are not good things. Your D-rings don't hold tight after that. And, so these are all things that you need to be looking into and going over. Same with your jackets. I see guys all the time, they got burn spots on their arms from rubbing on whatever it is. So, be tidy with that stuff. If it's got a burn spot on it, then you probably need to put some reflective and heat, type of material on there that's not going to allow it to burn anymore. I went to the regular...
Some guys, don't they use like a elbow pad there? If it's on the elbow, they kind of...
I do. I run an elbow pad whenever I'm running my Buller cart that has the motor on either side, because it's so close, and usually my elbow will whack the motor. So I run an elbow pad on that. But when I'm running my 4-strokes, the exhaust is right there, right around my arm. And the first time I was out with my jacket, brand new, it burned a nice, hole in it the size of a $50. So what I did is I just went to the regular auto parts store and bought a starter wrap. for, I think it was $19, and wrapped it around my whole arm and then sewed it onto my jacket so that, I'm not going to get burned anymore. Nothing's going to make
That's
its
a good
way
idea.
through that. It was way cheaper than I looked into buying some of the stuff that they offer out there, and it was way cheaper just to buy that stuff, which actually was a stick-on style. So I pulled the double stick tape off of it, wrapped it around my arm on my coat, and then sewed the edges down.
Well, you saw, Cully said over there in Idaho that they're going by the new helmet rule. So anything older than 2010 is not going to fly over there.
Yeah, that'll be in the last portion of my lapping with Lippi tonight. But really, you need to go through your guys' gloves. You need to go through your shoes. If your shoes are starting to come apart, step up. Buy some new shoes. Your feet need to be protected as well as your hands need to be protected. If your gloves are starting to come apart, if some of the padding and stuff's missing off of them, just step up and buy some new gloves and make yourself as safe as you can. And when you get into your kart or whatever it is you're racing, take a minute and look around. What's around you? What's there that in a bad flip or a roll or a crash, can be, a bad situation. Look some of that stuff over and make sure that where you are in your business area, where you're working from, is a safe environment. Make sure that there's no sheet metal that's going to get at you or near you. Make sure your clutch guards are in good shape and everything else. Make sure your seat struts are in good shape and your seat's in good shape. They make a lot of things for seat savers from things that have gone wrong or happened to these things. Look all that stuff over. The last thing you want to do is end up upside down or flipping over and have your seat strut go through your side,
Well, Lip, I was at Michelson's this weekend, and speaking of seats, and we were looking at his, right? Because he was saying, I'm not going to fit. I need to get my seat in there. So we looked at the seat. We went to take it out, and my God, number one, they had a piece like a flat strap in there that was bolted to the thing, and then it was up, and it was only like a piece of 1/2-inch flat strap, and then they went and bent it, which weakened it right there, and then bent it over to the seat, and then mounted the seat to that. That little piece is not, and that was on the front.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And then they had these little turnbuckle things that were hooked to the eye hooks that were welded to the chassis, but they weren't. They were kind of buried, so they used these little cheesy, I don't know, they were like a U-ring with a pin through them, and then they hooked the seatbelt to that. I mean, it's just scary.
Yeah. Please don't do that kind of stuff. Don't do anything sketchy when it comes to your seat belts or anything in your safety area. That stuff needs to be solid. You should be able to hook that seat belt on there, and you to be able to put your feet anywhere in that thing and just pull as hard as you can, and nothing should happen. If it moves or breaks loose, you got to try again. Literally, this is dangerous. So this is the kind of things you need to be looking over your stuff, looking through it, making sure that everything is up to snuff, everything is good. All areas of your body are going to be covered. Anything that gets close to the exhaust is going to be protected. If it doesn't have protection on it, then put it on there. It's not that hard.
So the dudes that are yawning right now going, yeah, okay, Lip. All right, Lip. Yeah.
Well, we've heard it all before. But really, this is the time you guys need to do that. And yes, we do harp on this a lot, but we do it because of that. Dave lost his life for something that was, insignificant. It shouldn't have happened. It was just overlooked. So, think about it. And the tumble wasn't even that bad. But again, it's just like Earnhardt, I mean, it's an everyday crash that everybody walks away from, and they didn't in that instant. And it's because something failed. Something that was put there to make them safer failed. So that's why I'm going back on this. That's why I'm harping on this. The other thing is, and Terry already touched on that, is this year you must have a 2010 or newer helmet. That's it. There is no exceptions. There isn't anything, no way to get around this. It's 2010 or newer. If you're going out and buying something, for Christ's sakes, buy something that's 2015, because only in a couple years 2010 is going to go by the wayside as well. So make sure if you're going to step up and buy something, it's a 2015.
Well, why wouldn't you? It's your head you're dealing with.
That is a true statement. I've had 2 calls this week, the people that are complaining that they can't believe that they can't wear their 2005 helmets anymore. They're perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with them, and they don't understand why they got to get a new one. And really, people, you don't know what's happened. All you've had to do is drop it into your seat, or, I've been in my trailer with my old helmet in my trailer and fell down, landed on my helmet, and heard it go crunch. I landed on the side of it. That's what happens. It just, you can't, you just can't trust it. So,
I know, and I cringe when they get out of the car and they're mad, and they take the thing and they chuck it in there to the seat. That's a hit. That counts as a hit.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy why they don't just set it down or put it out of the way. I mean,
most people spend good money on those things, and to treat them like that is insane. So, and also, for those that are going to be going over to Spokane runs on the IKF rules. They are IKF insured. So that means they are definitely going to be looking at helmets over there. Yes, for sure. And the other thing is no GoPros on top of the helmet. Absolutely no GoPros on top of the helmet in IKF rules. The rules package that we run at ORV, which is NKA, they have not done that to us yet. But if you do decide to run at any IKF tracks, you cannot have a mount or a GoPro on top of your helmet. So keep that in mind, and don't be mad when you show up and try and do it, or they send you off the track, because it is not allowed.
Well, Dave Chisholm says 2010 helmet with no cracks or damage.
Well, yeah.
You should, a lot of people don't know that, you're supposed to send those in, or better yet, replace them if there's a crack in it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, Bell Helmet said it best. If you have a 10-cent head, wear a 10-cent helmet.
Well, it's the truth. How do you value your life?
Exactly.
And it's just like the deal with the seatbelts where you were talking. It's cheaper to go buy a new set of seatbelts than it is to send them in and have them recertified.
Yep.
Well, yeah. And guys were washing their car in them. They're getting wet and sitting there, and molding up and getting them wet and then drying and wet and then drying. That weakens them there, too. You should be taking your belts out of the car if you're going to be washing it. It takes nothing to do that, but you shouldn't be leaving them in the car. Here's the deal. They take their seat cover out, but they won't take the belts out. So Lippi, you're what a great topic to bring up, because I agree. I think we went through this when Andy Foley crashed and caught on fire. Any more the days of even just a jacket, I think is pushing it.
Yep. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, especially running methanol. If you're running methanol, it's insane not to have a full fire suit. End of story. I don't care. I've watched people get burned at the drag strip.
You can't see that stuff burning.
Yeah, and they're supposed to have top-end lube or whatever, and they're supposed to help see it burn. But still, that is where we're coming to with the fuel loads that the UAS guys are starting to carry now to make these longer races and stuff. It's foolish. You're right, man.
It's the time of year. You've got some downtime, so go through all your safety equipment. Look everything over. Clean it all up. Wash it all up. Check it all out. Make sure you got everything where it should be, and tidy it all up. And if something needs to be replaced, you've got a couple months to do it. So drag it all out and give it a bath and figure it out. See what you got. See what needs to be new and what needs to be repaired if it does. So.
Well, Lip, I remember Wayne Felch telling me that and this is this safety? Yeah, I guess it's somewhat safety, but he tore, that car of his was pretty elaborate. It had a lot of stuff. He tore that thing down. It came completely apart. after every race and back together. Now, that may seem extreme to some of you, but I can count on one hand how many times that thing ever broke. I mean, the motor gave him fits because he was trying to work, but the chassis never let him down.
But that's his comfort level, that doing that to make sure he had the safest thing he could have. A lot of guys say, oh, why should I look at it? I go about my business. I think tearing it down, especially taking the tires, I mean, look at your spindles. Man, did I take a hit? Hit the wall with that right front?
I couldn't agree more.
Cox does the same thing. His comes all the way down after every race.
And it's, I mean, that is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
But really,
that's
it's
a
not
serious
that
racer.
much. I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if two guys are working on that thing, if you can't have the thing apart and back together in a week,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's issues there.
One night to take it apart and one to put it back together.
Right. God, great topic, Lip. I just think it's huge. I mean, it's huge.
It is huge, and it's something that everybody needs to take heed to and deal with.
That's it. Hey, Lori Fuller, Speed City, Miss Speed City.
She's late, but we're glad to have you.
Yeah, better late than never. You know, Chisholm said rollover. He was talking about the rollover fuel valve for the UAS guys too. There is no rule at that yet, but safety wise, I think that's a very wise.
Absolutely. They made it mandated for all the Predators down there in Salem this last winter, and especially for any of the long hauls, the endurance races and that kind of stuff. It was mandatory on all those. I think most people just went ahead and put it on all their carts, and it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's a bad situation when you do get upside down, and the last thing you need to be is saturated with fuel that's usually between your legs.
Yeah, and I'm saying to the UAS guys, if you're building these tanks, build them where you can put some foam in them, to keep that stuff from sloshing around and
yeah, because they got new foam that doesn't break down like the old stuff was doing.
Right. And, I mean, ideally it would be sweet if they had a deal where you could put a bladder in it and just have the top of the tank come off and you could pull the bladder in and out. But, I mean, I know that sounds like it's far-fetched, but I think it's coming to that. Don't you, Lip?
Yes and no. Most of the guys with 450s now haven't felt the need to go to alcohol. They get more than enough power out of their gas, so they haven't gone to alcohol. I do believe that the one that Felci is building right now, that's the twin 250s, judging by the size of the tank on that, it's probably going to be alcohol. So, that's 3 to 4 gallons he's carrying next to him. So yeah,
So let's just say, for example, just so you can imagine what Lippi just said, 3 to 4 gallons. So let's just round that up. You know what a 5-gallon can of fuel looks like?
Yes, sir.
That's what you got on board.
Mm-hmm.
So
Between your legs.
Between your legs.
On Felch's, it's next to his seat. He did a great job of the whole chassis on that thing is phenomenal.
I'm telling you, he's one of the greatest fabricators I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness! But it's still. I mean, that's a boatload of fuel. Doesn't matter where you put it, whether it's between your legs or this one. It's pretty much the full length of his body. So yeah. Good stuff.
That is really, really good stuff. And for those of you that are rolling your eyes and going, I'm with Lip.
We all heard this before. I know you've heard it before, but this is the deal. Repetitiveness and overbearing is what we're going for. So hopefully at least 2 of you out there will actually do what I just said. That's all we're after. If we can get 2 of you to be safer, we just did our job.
Amen.
So get in the garage and look at your junk. I'm going to do it as soon as I get home.
98%.
Racing. It's preparation. It's focus. It's attention to detail. And when you try to take shortcuts, it shows. At Speed City, Southern Oregon's karting headquarters, distributor for Ultramax, Legend, QRC, Bell helmets, and K1 race gear, they don't roll like that. Speed City is committed to roll the way champions roll by keeping racers on track with knowledge, integrity, and performance. No shortcuts, no negativity, no other motives. You don't just have their word on it, you've got their name on it. So get back to having fun and get to calling Speed City. Speed City, LLC, keeping racers on track with quality service and friendship. 541-531-1222. All right, we are back. Hey, we're going to go really quick before we get into the loader segment, Trackin and Packin, with this will be our Product 41 driving tip of the week. Here's Product 41's Ronnie Swires with your driving tip of the week.
Hey racers, this is Ronnie Swires, professional driver coach for In the Driver's Seat Tip of the Week. This last weekend I was working with a driver on a road course that was really struggling to get back to full throttle on corner exit. Looking at the in-car video and data, I was fairly certain why. The next session I placed a dash camera in the car looking back at the driver. I noticed on corner exit, his eyes really never got looking towards a good exit point quick enough, which caused his hands to hold steering wheel angle in the car. Sometimes this is easily identified when a driver doesn't use all the track on corner exit. And note how this relates back to the earlier driver tip when we talked about the use of the eyes and where you're looking. The more steering wheel angle the driver has in the car, the less throttle application the driver can apply. As a driver, I always try to get the wheel as straight as I can, as quick as I can, because I know the quicker I can take steering wheel angle out of the car, the more aggressive I can go to throttle. So once I got the driver to open his hands up and use the available track on exit, earlier throttle application just magically appeared. This led to quicker acceleration out of the corner and higher top speed, resulting in lower lap times. A simple way to help people understand how steering wheel angle affects acceleration is this. It's much like pushing a car that isn't running. While the wheels are straight, it's easier to push. Once you turn the wheels, it becomes more difficult. Cars have the same issues on acceleration. Typically, the fastest way around a track is a line that allows a driver to keep the least amount of steering wheel angle in the car at all times. Tune in next week for another driving tip. This is Ronnie Swires in the driver's seat tip of the week.
We're tracking and packing around the Northwest with the loader, Jeff Eden. All right. My rant today, NASCAR. I guess what started it all was at Atlanta. Kyle Busch, during the Xfinity race, he lost his points because he had an encumbered finish. Cheating. It's always come down to it. Cheating. So the only thing they lose is points. I find this. You just went through an inspection to go out on the racetrack. You were doing an inspection afterwards. They've got it. They know what they're doing. They have their little ins and outs and all their crap. But the car was too low, and they make them to where they sagged or all that stuff. It just never rebounded. But yet he still gets to keep the trophy. He gets to keep the money. He keeps all the glory. Why? Why don't we go back to the local track style of racing? You didn't pass inspection, you don't get nothing for first place. It reverts back to the next car.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, why?
Why should you get the money?
Yeah.
Why should you? You didn't win it.
No, you cheated to get it.
Yeah.
But here's
Well, I guess, Jeff, not to interrupt you, but I guess my question would be then, so who does the win go to? And what does he get for that?
the win should go to the second place car.
Right.
The first place car cheated.
Right. If he gets the win, all he gets is the points. He doesn't get any money.
No, he should get the whole thing.
Right. But right now, he does not get any
the only
money.
thing they take away is the points.
That's a crock.
That's wrong.
But see, here it comes to the deal. These are NASCAR regulars running in the down series. Okay. They can't get points anyway. They don't care. They cannot get points. You have to, if you're a regular, you cannot claim points in that race, on that series whatsoever.
Well, then you don't need the money either then.
Well, that's kind of what the whole deal's coming down to. But is this so sponsor-driven to win that you can cheat to get there?
I don't know that it's all sponsor driven. I mean,
it is sponsor driven.
Well, it's definitely sponsor driven, but you got to look at NASCAR. I mean, number one, they've completely forgotten
about the little guy
and where they came from. Yeah, what made them big? It was the little guys that made them big.
But and that's Because right now you've got, if you look at it, you got Hendrick, you got Gibb, you got Childress. There's your super teams. NASCAR can't do none of the super teams.
No, they can't.
No, and now that they've got a drivers committee and all this other stuff that's starting to control some of this stuff, it's going to get worse because the owners are controlling it now. Even though France gets to say his things, but the owners can say yes, no, no, yeah, no. It just doesn't. I've gotten to the point to where watching NASCAR means nothing to me anymore. I used to love it.
Me too.
But it comes down to, okay, let's see. I don't remember what his sponsor was for that race. Is that what he really wants to see? Is their car was sponsored. They won the race, but yet they cheated?
Well,
Mars the other day when Kyle went running down there and tried to punch Logano, Mars was the first one that said anything. We do not condone this. But yeah, NASCAR didn't give him a fine or nothing because he went into somebody else's pit.
Yeah.
The only good part about that was he missed with his haymaker. He missed the punch, and one of Logano's crew member put him in a headlock and just whacked him. I mean, it's
several times.
There should have been a huge fine for that. You went into somebody else's pit.
Yep.
And with intent of doing something.
Yeah,
it's gotten out of control.
It has gotten out of control.
That's the racers get to do whatever they want. And that's the biggest problem.
The inmates are running the asylum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Jeff Burton put it the best. The idea is take away the points, take away the money, take away the trophy.
Yeah. You're done.
Well, why wouldn't you?
And then you give it to the guy that earned it was in the next place. If the second place car didn't pass inspection, it goes to the third.
Right.
Absolutely.
I do not care. Do not give this stuff out until
I'm going to
it's
tell you, I would be teed if I was a guy. You hate to take the win as it is like that anyway, but if he's cheating, I'd be saying, great, I get the win. Where's the win money?
Well, he didn't even get the win. They still gave him the win.
They give him the win. They only took away the points.
The points is the only thing they took from him. And that's wrong. You're going to make the rest of your competitors step right out of line and go, why am I doing this?
Well, I don't get it. If you cheated, well, what's the point in the rule then?
There is none.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're still going to get the win, what is the point? Well, though, I will say, this kind of reverts back to BK 5 or 6, the sock incident. Right? They didn't take away the win. He still got the win, but they punished him. I don't know what they suspended him or whatever, but they still got the win. Well, even that shouldn't have been an issue. He went through tech. Nobody said anything. There was no formal protest. Done deal. There should have been nothing. Like it or not, there should have been nothing because it wasn't caught. After the fact, sure, you can say I got away with it, but it's still nothing should have taken place there because really it didn't. It went through. Nobody said a word. Nobody even knew until he said something on Facebook. Now, why he would say something on Facebook is beyond me, but still.
Well, I don't. This has come down to, and it's just not NASCAR anymore. You can go to NHRA. You got Force. You got Schumacher. Or if you go to IndyCar, you got Andretti, Penske, Ganassi. They control the sport.
For the most part.
Yeah. And it's too sad. I look back on I had a book that Don Garlitz had wrote, and I can't find it anymore, but he had a quote in there. He said within 20 years, you'll only have super teams. The rest of you will be running for last place.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you got now.
Yeah.
You don't, Martin Truex, that's a 2-car team, but they run out of Gibbs' shop, basically. It's Team Toyota.
Right.
So it's not like they're 2 independent cars.
Right.
They still got all of that
help stuff. Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, it's a good rant. It's a valid rant. Because
what
happens up there trickles down. Oh, here we go. We got our.
It's 7:30, right on time.
favorite drivers and people of interest in the motorsports world. It's time for In the Seat, powered by Blue Line Graphics. All right, our guest tonight, some of you may know him, some of you may not, but he is an asphalt standout, and he has just started the new Northwest Kart Dates Facebook page, and he's doing some good things as far as scheduling and promotion and that kind of thing, and his name is Derek Bittle. Welcome to the show, Derek.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hey, man. So are you nervous?
Just a little bit.
Oh, come on, man. Come on now. When we were signing him up, he says, I'm going to be nervous. So you know what, Derek?
Yeah.
So the people out there in podcast land get an idea of who you are and your experience and stuff. Quickly tell us a little bit about your background, racing-wise.
I started racing at Tennessee Kart Club in 2003 for Junior 2 motorcycle, and then I raced Yamaha Senior in 04, 05, then stepped up to Tag, then Rotex. And I took a good amount of time off, probably like 6 years, and then last year I just came back and ran LO206 Senior at Tri-Cities.
Now, has it always been, did you say you ran with the Cascade Karting Association?
What?
Who did you start with? What association?
Tri-City Kart Club.
Tri-Cities. Okay. And
yeah.
So what prompted Northwest Kart Dates?
I just got tired of pretty much looking through all the series websites and all the clubs websites and putting them all together myself, and I just thought it would be a useful tool for everyone to just have as all the schedules on one website instead of going to each website and just wasting more time compared to having it all in one spot.
Right. Well, actually, it's pretty cool. So you're keeping track of the schedules, and now I see you've got a trackside, some trackside arrive and drive or trackside help that you're offering too.
Yeah, I have a wrench. I will do wrenching and tuning, and then Andrew Zimmer will. I partnered with him, and he will do coaching, and then arrive and drive on my Birel LO206.
Wow, really?
Nice deal.
My own kart.
Wow, that's
that won the shootout.
Hey, and if anybody knows who Andrew Zimmer is, they know he'd be a great coach, a super great coach. So tell us a little bit about your East, the Northwest Kart Dates East versus West series. What's up with that?
The series pretty much splits the Northwest Washington in half. It has SEMA, West Coast Kart Club in Canada, PSGKA, which just happened, and PGP as the west side, and then Tri-City Kart Club and Spokane as the east side.
Cool, man. And so far, the turnout, how was your turnout at PSGKA? I mean, it seemed decent.
It seemed decent for raining. I wasn't personally there, but there were 7 karts. I heard Billy Weber borrowed a kart, and he led every lap in the senior and broke a chain in the last lap.
Oh, no. So Weber was leading it.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. So what do you expect coming up? Go ahead. What do you expect coming up at PGP?
I heard there's at least going to be 30 to 40 senior LO206s.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
And what's
the money races?
What is
money
the payout?
races really bring out people.
Yeah, what is the
payout? It's 1,000, I think.
Wow. Now, is that 1,000 to win or 1,000 divided?
I think that's 1,000 to win, and that's presented by FKR, Polish Karting Race
Okay, yeah, Ched Folis, that's awesome. Man, a grand a win for 206. Lippi, you should just come out and try for that money.
I'm telling you, for sure. So is this part of the tribute race, or is this a different race? Because I heard the same thing about the tribute race.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the
one
same race.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll be a great time then.
Yeah, absolutely. And what time does all that stuff get underway? I mean, what time do the racers need to be there? Or if you're watching, what time do you need to be there?
I heard that they go pretty quick. I never personally been to a PGP race, but I heard they go pretty quick, probably like 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock is probably qualifying, and then they go right into racing. It gets done about 1:30.
Wow.
So it's an early day.
Right. No, that's great. Are you going to be there?
Yes, I am. I'm planning on being there.
Ooh, yeah. Are you bringing Kenny Wade?
No, not this time.
Oh, okay. And so now, okay, let's just say I'm the West champion. And let's just say Lippi is the East champion. What happens from there?
What happens is I or Northwest Kart Dates will pay for your entry for the shootout.
Oh.
And you pretty much just battle it out at the shootout. You just run the shootout.
Wow.
To see what one's the best.
And the shoot now this isn't like a grudge race where it's 1-on-1. You're still going to run in LO206. It's just you get your entry paid, right?
Yep, just your entry paid. So it boosts up the shootout while the whole series, we use the club races as our series dates.
Mm-hmm.
So the club races have a better entry, and it boosts up the club.
Yeah,
I think that's the whole purpose of.
It's a great idea.
Series.
It's a great idea. Super cool idea. Don't you think, Lip? I
Yeah.
mean, as a club president, what do you think?
No, definitely. That's what needs to happen. I mean, the 206 are already lighting fires. You know, they're catching and going. It's a great class, a great combination. This race is when? This is April 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes.
And so
And
now you said Tri-Cities is running their first race this weekend too as well, correct? The East Side Series.
not this weekend. The first East Side LO206 Northwest Kart Dates is April 22nd.
Okay.
But Tri-Cities has their first club race this weekend.
Oh, okay. But do you expect anybody? Well, obviously you're not going to be there. Are there any other 206 guys coming from the East to come over here?
Not that I've heard of. Maybe a few, but maybe. You never know.
So let me just say, so if you live on the East Side, so if you come over here and you win this West Series event, those points still count for you over there for the East, right? That's just another win you've got to boost yourself running for that East Championship, correct?
No. They're kind of like separate series, kind of. East and West have their own points system, standings. So I've got asked that before, but I think to figure out the best way to do standings is just to separate East and West. East guys can race on the West side. East guys can race on the West side and get West side points while still having East side points.
Right, so it's possible
they'll be in the same, but they'll be in two standings.
So it's possible one guy could be the West champion and the East champion if he wanted to be.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh boy,
if he went to every race.
You'd probably like that, wouldn't you? Then you don't have to pay one entry.
Of course.
Yeah. Wow, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Well, are you looking forward to being up here on Sunday?
I am. I am going to probably be up there Saturday, just to visit family and just be ready for what comes on Sunday.
Do they have any kind of open practice on Friday, or is it just only the only practice you get is on Sunday?
You can do practice on Saturday, but it's pretty pricey.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can go and run, but it's pretty pricey. I think it's worth it if you've never been there.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, you've also got some Northwest Kart Date T-shirts I've seen on Facebook. You know, you're helping out the wounded warriors. And
Yes.
What's going on with that?
I pretty much design them and then use a website to produce them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They make it and then they send it to you. And some of them need a requirement of 3 with the customs, and then some of them you can just buy outright. But the Wounded Warrior one, 100% of the profit goes to that charity, and you can just buy it anytime.
Wow. Now, is that cheaper than having them made?
I believe so. They're about $15 a piece. Hoodies are about $25.
And that's multicolor and everything?
Some of them, yes.
Okay, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, because we're looking to get some shirts made here for the show, so I'm wondering if that might not be an option to go to. I don't know, maybe. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Wow.
We also have an Android app, too. You just need to search Northwest Kart Dates, and it has the same thing as the website, just on your phone.
Cool. So all the schedules pop up and everything?
Yes.
Wow, awesome.
Speedway, Sprint.
Cool stuff, man.
That is great.
Good for you. Well, you're doing good things, it sounds like, man.
I'm trying.
Yeah, we'll keep trying because we're all that's neat stuff. Well, you know, I sometimes with my guests I play a little game. It's called like the Quick 3. So I'm gonna play that with you tonight. You can't really think about it. You just got to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay.
Okay. I don't. That might be a bad thing.
Well, just remember it's a family show, so we got to keep it kind of tidy. But
PG.
All right.
Let me
I'll take
see.
a second.
I'm gonna ask some that I know over there. Let's see. Andrew Zimmer or hang on. I got to get it fair. Or Artie Carpenter.
Zimmer.
Who would you pick?
Andrew Zimmer.
Okay.
Good choice.
MG or Bridgestone?
Breakstone.
Ooh. Gas or alcohol?
Gas. I run LO206.
Okay. If it was coming down to the final event in the Northwest Kart Dates, East versus West, last corner, last lap at Tri-Cities, who would win? Gazoo or Barney Rubble?
Barney.
Why do you say that?
Because he has the heart and he does it horsepower by his own feet.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
But I don't know who Kazoo is.
Gazoo's a little magician, the magic guy that was on the Flintstones. You never saw the Flintstones with Gazoo? The great Gazoo?
He was always giving Fred crap.
He's a little short guy. Yeah, you need to watch your Flintstones there, Derek.
I would have went with the same one.
Right on, man. Well, you know what? I thought you did awesome your first time on the show. Nothing to be nervous about. I'm looking forward to all the good things you're doing. And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you up there on Sunday, huh?
Yes. See you on Sunday.
Okay, man. Bye-bye.
Enjoy.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Derek Bittle, he seemed maybe a little nervous, but that's okay.
He's doing great things, for sure.
Yeah, that's okay. You can hit the light if you want.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
you know, it's a good stuff that he's doing. I know Matt Strebe Now, I don't know. Is that competition? I don't think so because Matt's doing mainly the asphalt. The dirt stuff.
Definitely, yeah.
So, I mean, it's good stuff.
And it's a lot of work too.
It is a lot of work.
Boy, howdy.
I mean, just to get somebody to call you with the results is work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's, it comes down to that point. It's just like last year when I laid out all them schedules for all them tracks. I spent better part of a day doing it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
it is. It's time consuming. It truly is. Nobody gets that. But that's what you do when you want to be the best.
Well,
you go for it.
When you got a passion for the sport, you do it.
Yeah, for sure. Brent Meyer in the house. What is going on?
So where are you going?
Ronnie Cox says lappers.
I know. I seen him show up. So listen, we've got a little bit of time.
Yeah, we got. Yeah.
Do you have anything to fill it?
No, we can go over some stuff. What do you want?
Because I wanna do the C ad again, and then I really want to listen to the Ronnie Schlesinger the driving tip of the week again. I've been thinking about it since it came on, and there's a lot of good stuff in that.
There is a lot of good stuff in that,
and I think it's people don't get it. I mean, it's what he had to say today was big.
Well, we'll take a quick listen to it again. So hang on, we got to get True Tech in here anyway, so hang tight. The 3 most expensive things you'll do in your life are buy a house, educate your kids, and go racing. What you don't need is another expense, and that's why you take your car and tow rigs to True Tech Automotive to ensure that they are maintained and repaired the right way with the right parts at the right price. And how's this for right? Extended to all racers is the In the Family 25% discount off of all preventative maintenance and repair labor. All you have to do is use the discount code NWRR to save. Now that's right. Get it done the right way, the True Tech way. True Tech Automotive, 6900 Northeast Highway 99, Hazeldale, Washington. 360-571-2302. All right. So you literally you think we should double play that driver and tip of the week?
Well, so what was he getting at on the exit?
Well, let's take a listen to it. Here we go. Here's Product 41's Ronnie Swires with your driving tip of the week.
Hey racers, this is Ronnie Swires, professional driver coach for In the Driver's Seat Tip of the Week. This last weekend I was working with a driver on a road course that was really struggling to get back to full throttle on corner exit. Looking at the in-car video and data, I was fairly certain why. The next session, I placed a dash camera in the car looking back at the driver. I noticed on corner exit, his eyes really never got looking towards a good exit point quick enough, which caused his hands to hold steering wheel angle in the car. Sometimes this is easily identified when a driver doesn't use all the track on corner exit. And note how this relates back to the earlier driver tip when we talked about the use of the eyes and where you're looking. The more steering wheel angle the driver has in the car, the less throttle application the driver can apply. As a driver, I always try to get the wheel as straight as I can, as quick as I can, because I know the quicker I can take steering wheel angle out of the car, the more aggressive I can go to throttle. So once I got the driver to open his hands up and use the available track on exit, earlier throttle application just magically appeared. This led to quicker acceleration out of the corner and higher top speed, resulting in lower lap times. A simple way to help people understand how steering wheel angle affects acceleration is this. It's much like pushing a car that isn't running. While the wheels are straight, it's easier to push. Once you turn the wheels, it becomes more difficult. Cars have the same issues on acceleration. Typically, the fastest way around the track is a line that allows a driver to keep the least amount of steering wheel angle in the car at all times. Tune in next week for another driving tip. This is Ronnie Swires in the driver's seat tip of the week.
So that's good info.
It is good info, and basically what he's trying to get you to do, and this is why I wanted you to replay that and listen to it again, because, I probably will listen to it a couple more times. But anyways, he's trying to get you to look further down track and further out in front of your whatever you're driving. And that's a big thing. It's so easy to be concentrating on what's right in front of you and not where you want to be. So that's why it was so big for me. This is really huge, and you know, a lot of people don't understand either that you know, what he has to say about straight line, and as soon as you can get the wheel straight, that's big. You know, that goes as much on exit as it does on entry. If you can get your kart to turn in on entry without sliding, you're not scrubbing speed.
Well, it's just like when they tell you to brake. You know, they don't ever tell you to brake in the corner because your wheels are turned. I mean, they want you to brake in a straight line and then get her woed up and get in. Now, I don't know how. You know, I guess in oval racing it's the same thing. You're kind of turning in, but you know, it's not like you're in a complete straight line, you know, where you can, you know, get woed up and then turn in. I mean, I think it's just your angle. The angle of attack, your wheels are still straight. You've just turned to get the car at a different attitude to enter there. Then you can get on the brakes before the middle where you really have to put some input in it. And then, you know, off you go. So, you know, if you really, that's what I mean by you can listen to stuff, you can see it, but if you really want to get better, you're gonna pay attention and take heed to it. And that's what it is. I mean, even like the safety thing we're talking about. I mean, if you truly are worried and concerned about safety, you're gonna listen to that and say, you know what, yes. Same with the driving thing. You could play that and people will go, oh yeah, you know, and they're chatting on the thing and whatever, and maybe not taking it in all the way. Well, that's great. There's going to be somebody like yourself that says, wow, that was some good information.
Truly.
And that's really what this show is about. I mean, and that kind of, since we have the time, that's what I want. I mean, yeah, I want you to be entertained while you're here for 90 minutes. It's great. I love bench racing and talking, but I want everybody here to be able to take a little nugget, something that they get out of it that can go help their race team. I mean, that's really why I'm doing what we're doing, you know. I mean, I want you to be entertained. I want you to come and have a good time and enjoy it, but I also want you to get just a little something out of it, if it's just minute and it helps. Like Joe Ransom, when he said, man, you talked about trailers, and I went out and checked my trailer jack, and it was about ready to fall off. I would have never checked that if you guys wouldn't have. Man, that is what the show is all about.
Makes it worth it, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we're certainly not doing it for nothing, right? I mean, it's like, I want to help. I think that's, I want to give back to the sport. Sport's been good to me. I want to give back, and I'm sure you do too. I mean, you give a lot, so.
This is all I could do anymore is give back. I'm too old.
Well, you know what? It really doesn't matter, Jeff. You've got a lot of experience, and it doesn't mean that just because you were a drag racer most of your life that a lot of this stuff doesn't cross over. I mean, Racing 101 is Racing 101. I mean, it takes the same kind of commitment and attention to detail no matter what genre you're doing.
And it's the same thing there. I worked tech for years, and you're turning around and you fought to deal with the helmets, you fought to deal with the seat belts. I mean, we had guys that had there for a while. They had stamps. That was the number was stamped on the tag on the seat belt. These guys went and had stamps made to where they could stamp their belts.
Yeah, true fact.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I ran around with one of the guys that had one.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I mean, now imagine, and that's just to get by with some cheater belts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if you put that same effort into your race team and that kind of thought, how good you might be. I mean, it would be amazing, right? So, I mean, there gets to be a point where you almost don't feel sorry for some, right? Because it's like you can ask till you're purple, and then when you do get an answer, all you do is turn around and tell them why it's not going to work instead of just shutting your trap and going and trying it. That's the part that I don't get. Then what are you whining that you don't get if you're not going to try it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, am I angry? No, I'm not. I'm just, there just comes a point in time where, hopefully that's what you guys are hoping to get from this too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we had Chris C on, and I thought there would be a ton of questions. There really weren't. I mean, I was kind of bummed because, I mean, it was 75 minutes with one of the best guys in the country as far as understanding setup and that type of thing, and nobody asked any questions. So apparently, they all know it, right? So I don't know. That's where I was kind of at with it. Same with Mike Burris. I mean, Mike Burris was kind of going, but throughout, even though Mike Burris gets carried away, he does have some good information.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, does it always fit? I mean, maybe not, but I mean, it's a lot of people tried it. A lot of people tried. That's the main thing I think too, is what racing's all about. Is it's about yes, there's 101 that you cannot get past. Right? There's certain things they just are. That is just one of the stagger and the right, but really all that is a ballpark anyway to get you close. There's no real guarantee that that's going to do anything. But that's why I say, think about it. If your gut tells you, you say, God, I really wonder what would happen. Go do it. What can it hurt? I mean, you're just that much smarter. So even if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean you're dumb. It just means you're that much smarter because you now know that this doesn't work, right?
Yeah, and that's the one thing that when I got to working with Chris with the modified, I mean, we tried a lot of stuff. We try stuff and we make changes all the time, just to see if it's going to happen. And then if that was junk, come back in. That goes down on the list. That's one more. That's one thing you don't try.
Yeah, you're just that much smarter.
Yeah. We very seldom go to the track where we don't change stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's just, track changing, you pay attention to the track changes, or if you're at one of them nights to where she's just a lay down heavy track, we still try stuff to where you've got, let's try this shock. We haven't tried this combination before. We'll try that combination.
Right. If you've got the time and it makes sense to do. Yeah. Right. And, and I think too, to call it practice is not good. I mean, when I was coaching basketball, I switched it from practice to learning session. So we've got a learning session today at 3:30. Need everybody there on time, whatever. So it was a learning because that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's practice in the I guess the definition sense, but it is a learning session.
Yeah, for sure.
And so much of that is how you attack it, right? Yeah, God, I got to go practice. Well, I got to go to a learning session. I'm going to try to, go there and go there prepared. Have some stuff that you're going to try to show up to a open practice and not have a list of things that you want to try is just absolutely. I mean, it's just totally inefficient.
Well, it's a waste of your time.
It is. It's inefficient. You should have a list of the things you want to try, and that's why
because you already know what works.
Yeah. Or what's close anyway.
Yeah, what might work just that touch better.
There it is. You might be that one change away
from having a rocket.
Right. And even when you have a rocket, you could still be that change. I mean, that's the almost deadly part of it all is you've got a piece that is just, well, look at Yao. Do you think there's probably, maybe, who knows? He was already a missile. So do you say, well, and that's where you've got to learn to have some, what do they call it? Restraint. I mean, if you're not going to go throw the sink at something when you're pretty much got everything, and it depends on the size of the race and everything else. I mean, obviously at the BK, you're not going to, unless you're just junk, you're not going to go, if you're pretty sure you got everybody covered, you're not going to go, throw some wild, crazy, what do they say, scientific wild ass guess at something and go do it. But, yeah. Anyway, learn a team with a good driver and crew chief can watch the driver and attitude of the kart and help a lot to correct small errors being made by the driver or kart or both. Dave Chisholm is a master.
For sure.
That is a wonderful statement right there. And that's why it's impossible to go racing by yourself anymore.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have somebody there to you just can't do it.
The thing of it is, too, you can have somebody there, but you need somebody that understands what's going on. That was like with the modified for the first couple of years. I I was lost.
But you still had enough gumption you could say the car looks like it's doing this.
But my whole thing was I read the track for him. That was my job. Read the track. Come back, tell him. He trusted everything I had to say about it. And we had success. Well, then in that process, when we're out, I start watching the car. Well, then I'm watching the car to the track conditions. So now I can give a little bit more input, And now it's, we work so well together. It's hard to imagine not being there.
Right. And that's pretty neat when you've got that deal where the crew chief can pretty much know what the driver's going to say before he even says it. That's the cool thing. And before we get out of here tonight, everybody, I appreciate everybody coming. Don't forget, we're going to start next week.
Yeah, sure.
So
Tuesday,
the second annual Summer Chat Series is starting next week, Tuesday. We're going to be on Tuesday at 6:30.
Way to throw it up. Tuesday makes it interesting.
Yes, it does. And so it's going to be the first points race, or the first points chat. So we're going to have some, I know one thing, we're going to have some great prizes. We don't have the whole list yet, but we're going to go to work on it for you guys. We're going to have some good stuff for the Summer Chat Series. So points start next week. Who's going to be P1?
And I got any
the crazy, wild, zany track fact. What is it? Is it serious tonight?
No, I'm going serious for a little while here. I'm going to do. I got permission from Anne Marie.
Yep.
To use some of her quotes, and I just give you food for thought.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Marketed by Full Speed. Set yourself away from the rest. Attract sponsors using your unique personality. Don't use some. Don't go in with a false. Use your personality.
One more time before we go.
Set yourself from the rest. Attract sponsors using your unique personality.
You hear that, everybody? Use your unique personality. What value do you bring and give? Good stuff. Hey, I'm going to be up at PGP this Sunday for the Ronnie Baker inaugural event. So hopefully you guys are going to come up there and pay some tribute to that, to a great guy, Ronnie Baker. Or just come and watch and hang out and cheer. 1,000 to win, 206. I hope there's 40 guys there. And so, Jeff, if you're using your own unique personality and you're behind the wheel and somebody's on the bottom, what do you got? Where are you going to go?
I'm going to the top because they're not there.
That's right. You're going to be unique and go to the top side. I guarantee you, almost always, you will get it from the sheer element of surprise because nobody expected you to go up there. Have a good week. Those of you going to Cycleland, Rocket, Seth Waldall, Lori Fuller, everybody at Speed City, man, good luck to you. Looking forward to see bring home the gold. Make us proud, everybody. Love you. Thanks for the support. I appreciate you guys more than you know.